Hello everyone. Today I invite you to sit down, take a sip of your coffee, and listen to a story. This isn't just one person's story. It's a story that resonates with many of us who've crossed the threshold of 60, living those precious, meaningful days of life. But sometimes, amidst those beautiful moments, something small can change everything. That something is a fall. A fall might sound like a minor mishap, but for older adults, a single fall can turn life upside down. I've seen this happen in my own family, and perhaps you've witnessed it with a loved one or even yourself. Today, I'm going to share a true story, woven together with 5 shocking statistics about why seniors fall. More importantly, I'll offer practical, easy-to-apply solutions to help you or your loved ones live safer, more confident lives. Let's step into this story together, starting with a morning much like this one, in a quiet little house in a small American town. Imagine you're Mary, a 68-year-old woman living in a small town in America. Mary used to be an elementary school teacher, always brimming with energy. After retiring, she found joy in tending her garden, playing with her grandchildren, and telling bedtime stories to the neighborhood kids. Each day, she woke up with a smile, ready to embrace life's simple pleasures. But one morning, everything changed. It was a typical day when Mary headed downstairs to grab the mail from the front porch. The wooden staircase, worn smooth by years of use, never seemed like a problem before. In a split second, her foot slipped on a step. She reached for the handrail, but it was too late. Mary tumbled to the floor, a loud thud echoing through the house, and a sharp pain shot through her hip. That fall didn't just break her hip, it shattered her confidence, her joy, and the independence she cherished. In the days that followed, Mary spent time in the hospital, undergoing surgery and months of painful recovery. But the physical pain wasn't the worst part. It was the emotional toll, the feeling of losing herself. She stopped going to her garden, stopped playing with her grandkids, and every step she took was shadowed by the fear of falling again. The home she once saw as her safe haven now felt like a maze of risks. Mary's story isn't unique. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 3 million older adults in America visit the emergency room each year because of falls. That number stops you in your tracks, doesn't it? What leads to falls like Mary's? Let's dive into 5 eye-opening statistics that shed light on this issue. First, did you know that 1 in 4 Americans over 65 falls at least once a year? That's not just a statistic, it's the reality for millions of people. For Mary, her fall came from something seemingly trivial, a dimly lit staircase and a pair of worn-out slippers with no grip. But things like slippery floors, loose rugs, or even ill-fitting shoes can all be culprits. Next, falls aren't just accidents. They're the leading cause of serious injuries among older adults. Over 800,000 seniors are hospitalized each year for injuries like broken bones or head trauma from falls. For Mary, her broken hip didn't just cause physical pain, it robbed her of the ability to care for herself for months, leaving her feeling fragile and dependent. The third statistic hits close to home. Many older adults, like Mary, stay silent after a fall. Some feel embarrassed, others think it's no big deal, but that silence means they miss out on the help they need. As a result, their risk of falling again doubles, or even triples. If Mary hadn't opened up to her daughter, she might never have found a way forward. The fourth statistic is even more alarming. 70% of falls happen right at home, the place we think of as our sanctuary. For Mary, it was the staircase in the home she'd lived in for decades. Everyday things like loose rugs, cluttered cords, or poorly lit hallways can turn into hidden traps. Finally, here's a statistic that demands action. People who've fallen once are far more likely to fall again, especially if they don't make changes to their environment or habits. After her fall, Mary became terrified every time she left her room. The garden that once brought her joy became a distant memory. She felt trapped in her own home, her heart heavy with fear. But Mary's story doesn't end in fear. One day her daughter, Lisa, saw that her mother's spark had faded. Lisa knew something had to change. She started researching, learning and taking steps to help Mary reclaim her life. This brings us to the practical solutions that can make a world of difference, turning fear into confidence and risk into safety. Lisa refused to let her mother live in fear, and she knew that small changes could have a big impact. What she did for Mary wasn't just for one person. It's a roadmap for all of us. If you or someone you love is worried about falling, let's explore practical, doable solutions to make your home a safer place and your days more confident. Start with your living space. Lisa realized that Mary's cozy home, while full of memories, was also full of risks. She installed handrails along the staircase and in the bathroom, places Mary frequented. That simple addition gave Mary a sense of security with every step. Lisa also went through the house, removing loose rugs, clearing away stray cords, and making sure every walkway was well lit. A new light bulb in the hallway, a non-slip mat in the bathroom. These little changes transformed how Mary felt about her home. Next, Lisa encouraged Mary to focus on her physical health. Like many older adults, Mary thought she was too old for exercise. But Lisa learned that gentle activities can dramatically improve balance. She signed Mary up for a yoga class, tailored for seniors at the local community center. At first, Mary was hesitant, but after a few weeks, she was amazed at how much stronger and steadier she felt. Simple yoga moves or even Tai Chi helped her rediscover the strength in her body. Health isn't just about muscles, it's also about vision and hearing. Lisa took Mary for an eye exam, and a new pair of glasses helped her see obstacles more clearly. A hearing check revealed that Mary needed to pay more attention to sounds around her, which could alert her to potential dangers. Regular health checkups, though simple, are key to preventing unnecessary falls. Another solution Lisa introduced was the use of assistive tools. Mary initially resisted using a cane, thinking it made her look frail. But Lisa patiently explained that a cane wasn't a sign of weakness, it was a tool for freedom. Once Mary tried it, she found it gave her confidence, especially on uneven surfaces. Lisa also replaced Mary's old worn slippers with non-slip, well-fitting shoes. That small change made a huge difference in how securely Mary moved. Equally important, Lisa urged Mary to open up about her fears. One evening over a family dinner, Mary shared her worries about falling again. It was the first time she'd spoken about it, and to her surprise, her family rallied around her. Her son offered to fix the staircase, her granddaughter helped clear the garden path, and together they made Mary's home safer. That openness brought the family closer and showed Mary she wasn't alone. If you've fallen or fear falling, try talking to a loved one or your doctor. A single conversation can unlock solutions you hadn't considered. Finally, Lisa attended a local workshop on fall prevention and learned a critical skill: how to get up safely after a fall. She taught Mary to stay calm, roll to one side, crawl to a sturdy surface like a chair or wall, and slowly stand up. Mary practiced this a few times, and it gave her a sense of control, even in the worst-case scenario. These solutions don't require a lot of time or money, but they made a monumental difference. Mary's home went from a place of risk to a place of safety. Her body grew stronger, her spirit lighter, and most importantly, she rediscovered the joy of living. What Lisa did for Mary is a lesson for us all. Let's see how these changes transformed Mary's life, and why you can achieve the same. 6 months after her fateful fall, Mary is no longer the woman who lived in fear. Her home is now a safe space, with sturdy handrails, warm lighting, and clear walkways. She has returned to her beloved garden, which was once her greatest source of joy. She attends a weekly yoga class, where she not only improves her health, but also makes friends with people her own age, sharing stories about life. What is more wonderful is that Mary has regained her confidence. She is no longer afraid to go down the stairs or go for a walk. Her grandchildren have noticed the change, and their afternoons playing in the garden are now filled with laughter. Mary even throws a small garden party, inviting the whole neighborhood to share the joy. The fall is now just a memory, no longer a shadow haunting her life. The scary statistics we've mentioned: 3 million seniors visit the emergency room each year, 1 in 4 people over 65 fall at least once, or 70% of falls occurring at home are no longer inevitable for Mary. Through small but meaningful changes, she has transformed her home into a safe place where she can live fully, with joy and freedom. Mary is now not only physically healthier, but her mind is lighter than ever. In the mornings she wakes up feeling full of energy, ready to water the plants, read a book, or simply sit by the window and watch the world go by. Her grandchildren have noticed a marked change. She is no longer the timid, fearful woman, but a vibrant grandmother, always ready to tell colorful fairy tales. What's more, Mary's story has inspired her family and neighbors. Her daughter Lisa began sharing what she learned with friends and colleagues. An elderly neighbor, after hearing Mary's story, decided to install handrails in her home and join her in yoga classes. Those small changes spread, creating a caring and supportive community. Mary not only got her life back, but also became an inspiration to those around her, helping them realize that age is not a barrier to living safely and happily. Mary's story is proof that we don't have to live in fear. Falls, while scary, are not inevitable. With a little effort, a little change, and a little openness, we can protect ourselves and our loved ones, making every day a day worth living. From Mary's garden, from her smile, we see that life, no matter what age, can be full of joy and meaning. And now, I want to invite you to take action to bring these changes to yourself or those you love. If you're listening and thinking about yourself, or a loved one, a grandparent, a parent, I want you to pause and ask, what can I do today to make life safer, more confident? You don't need grand gestures. Maybe this afternoon, take a look around your home. Are there handrails on the stairs? Is the lighting bright enough to see every step clearly? Are your shoes truly safe? If you've never talked about your worries, try starting a conversation with a family member or your doctor. One simple sentence could lead to solutions you never imagined. If you want to learn more, visit our website at placeholder link www.seniorsafety.org, where you can download free resources on preventing falls and staying safe. You can also leave a comment below this video, share your story, or ask a question. I'd love to hear from you and offer support. And if this story touched you, please share this video with someone you care about. That small act could be the first step toward changing someone's life. Life is a precious gift, and at any age, we deserve to live it safely, confidently, and joyfully. From Mary's garden, from her smile, I hope you'll carry a spark of inspiration to take action today. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video. Let's make every day count.